Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. If you like the video today, please comment and share. We'll surely appreciate hearing 100 Yards of Football. I'm Vincent Turner. And today, I want to give kudos and thanks to my producer who's making the show happen today, the very talented Mr. Jeremiah Long. Today, we're going to talk about a safety that's played at two major schools in his lifetime already, at Alabama and Ohio State. That might be the greatest safety that stepped into the National Football League. And I think about this position because this is a position that I wanted to play. When I was in high school, I was too small to play. Then I went to the University of Arkansas and I played one semester. Got cut out to spring practice in 1980 and I played the safety position. But I always thought that the safety position, you had to have a great athlete that could play that position. And boy, when I tell you something, it's been some great safeties that's played in college football from the time I've been in this great world for 65 years. I go all the way back when I was 9 years old, watching the Ohio State Buckeyes. Jack Tatum comes to my mind. Then I go probably another year when I saw Tommy Casanova, remembering him at LSU. Then Dave Brown in Michigan, Tim Fox at Ohio State, Dennis Thurman at USC. Then the great Kenny Easley at UCLA, who I still think is one of the best pound-for-pound safeties that ever stepped on this face of earth, played college football. Then the great Roland James at the University of Tennessee. Kudos to Jeremiah, the 865 in the house. Then Johnny Johnson, the Horns of Texas, was outstanding safety. Terry Kennard at Clemson, Fred Marion at Miami, the U in the house today. And then talking about the U, they'll probably had a set of safeties. Collectively, I would have to put them in the top 10. After Fred Marion, how can you not put Ed Reed as one of the top college safeties ever? Or Sean Taylor, who I think is probably, when all said and done today, might be the best safety that's ever played football. And Benny Blades was another great safety out of Miami. And then Boomer Sooner, Ricky Dixon out of Oklahoma. Caleb Downs, in my opinion, has a chance to be in that category with all those great football players I just mentioned. His skill set is ready to be in the National Football League. I'm just going to tell you point blank. In his time at Alabama, he was a freshman All-American, first team All-American. At Ohio State, first team the next 2 years. In 3 years in college football, think about the production Mr. Caleb Downs has had. 213 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 7 quarterback pressures, 2 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. But this is what great safeties do when you want to be great. This is a gentleman that can play in the slot. He could play in the deep third of the field. He could play single high safety. He could play nickel. And most of all, he can blitz off the edge. And he can play a little coverage man to man. You can't get no better safety coming into the National Football League than a Caleb Downs. And then if you want to say his skill set overall, versatile, A+, outstanding, understanding the position. He's been very consistent at Alabama and Ohio State, A+. Discipline as a safety, A+. Attention to detail, A+. Reading the quarterback, A+. And however, I forgot one thing. He's got the speed to cover each side of the field, A+. Read and react at a high level than any football player at this position coming into the league. And his football IQ is off the charts. And most of all, he's played for 2 great coaches, Nick Saban and Matt Patricia. What more can you ask? And he has this, not only his faith, as I read an article about him last night, he's very close to God, but most of all, this is what's going to make him maybe, I think, the best safety that's ever stepped into the league. His father, Gary, played in the National Football League from 1994 to 2000. His brother, Josh, is an outstanding third-year receiver with the Indianapolis Colts that's got over 2,200 yards receiving 11 touchdowns. And his uncle, Dre Bly, was an outstanding football player out of North Carolina that won a Super Bowl. When you look at the makeup, you look at everything about this young man, it spells success. It spells being the best that maybe came into this league. And most of all, you think about Caleb Downs, think about this. The Ohio State Buckeyes. I've seen a lot of great football players in my 65 years, from the running back position, from the quarterback position. And I have to say, when I talk about the players that I've seen, and I'm only talking about with my eyes now, being in Memphis, Tennessee, growing up there, going to the University of Arkansas, the players that I put Caleb Downs in the category has got to be some of the best I've seen. Eldridge Dickey, Walter Payton, Gary Anderson, Earl Campbell, Johnny Johnson, the legendary Jerry Rice. Mm-mm-mm. All those players right there, I have to put them in the category of Mr. Caleb Downs. Mike Singletary. And I know I'm giving a lot of kudos, and this gentleman has not played one iota down in the National Football League. But I'm telling you, this young man has a chance to be very special at a level that has never been seen at the safety position. He can do it all. If you like the video today, please comment and share it. Please subscribe to our page, 100 Yards of Football. And before I leave this morning, I want to give kudos to all the people involved with 100 Yards Football that's made this a very successful platform. From my producer, Jeremiah Long, to Mr. Logan Landers, to the NFL great Mr. Harper LaBelle, to Mr. Brian LaBelle, to Bob Case, to Stephen Travers, to my man out of the 865, Mr. Joey Clinkscales. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being part of this platform. Caleb Downs, and you know how I say it, my favorite movie. When I was a true freshman at the University of Arkansas, and I used to sit in the TV room with all my great friends, Victor Moss from Magnolia, Arkansas, Billy Anderson from Conway, Arkansas, and this was our movie. Caleb Downs is going to be this guy. Warriors, come out to play. Y'all be blessed. 100 Yards of Football.